My name is Danica, and I'm the owner of Tricycle Pizza. And we really strive to bless people through the food we get to create, and that happens to be pizza. It's actually interesting. 4 years ago, if you would have asked me that, I would have told you you're crazy. There's no way I would be making a living out of selling pizza. There's no way. But sometimes the plans turn out to be a bit interesting. And I was inspired by a local farmers market that we had there in Monterey. And I just wanted to get involved somehow selling food. And I grew up around Mexican food, so I thought, well, maybe I'll sell like burritos or tacos, but that just really wasn't my thing. And I remember talking to my boyfriend at the time there, and he said, well, you love to make pizza and you're pretty good at it. Why don't you give that a shot? So once I started looking into it, I realized that I could get a mobile wood-fired oven. And from there, I just started researching, and I had a wood-fired oven parked in my driveway within a few months. I have a Forno Bravo oven that's mounted on a trailer. Fire Within did that job, and it's the concessionaire series. And now I just purchased a second one too. Growing up, I always wanted to be in business for myself. And somebody asked me one time, or just the other day, if I've always been entrepreneurial and wanting to own my own business. And I started looking back and thinking, ever since I was in second grade, I have a twin sister. So she and I would sell pencils and erasers, whatever we could find at home, we would bring to school and sell it for 10 cents or 5 cents. So that's when kind of the business spirit started. And from there on, we just started making our own money and be able to provide for ourselves. Especially for me, pizza is a big passion now. It's developed into a true love. To be able to develop a memorable pizza that people would just love and crave during the week when they haven't had our pizza for 5 days or so. But I think just the community that's involved, that's created when people are talking and sharing over a meal, especially over a pizza and a wood-fired oven, it just creates a good connection, just very organic and just very casual. And kids love it too, so that always brings families together. I think cooking with fire, I think it's just very natural. It's become kind of, people are always drawn to it. They love to see their pizza being cooked right next to a fire, which is very natural, very raw, and people are very attracted to that. It's something that's very special from the traditional oven or cooking that most people are used to. And we find that at most farmers markets, some people who are they're not thinking about buying pizza, and they weren't planning on it, but just once they see the oven, they say, well, why don't we give it a shot? And it's just that alluring of that heat coming out of an oven with some pizzas being cooked right next to it. To me, I know it's a gift that's been given to us. It happened out of nowhere, and I feel like it's been sovereignly executed. And we plan to do the best we can with what we've been given. Yes, I remember watching the webisodes you have with Pizza Quest, and watching those episodes where Nancy Silverton from Mosa is showing you how she rolls the dough balls.
Right.
And for me, everything was brand new when I started 3 years ago. So I remember sitting in front of a TV, put YouTube on, and just watching you over and over how to roll those dough balls.
So you just kept doing it while you just kept repeating it?
Yes, until it just kind of, my brain with my hand coordination just connected, and now I can do it in my sleep.
Yeah, because it's muscle memory now.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, excellent.
But you were a big resource for us, and
thank you. I'm so glad. It gives us, sort of a good feeling to know that we help. That's our purpose, and you validated us. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes. So great job. I think a lot of times it's more than just feeding somebody or filling their bellies with the pizza. It's that community, that interaction that we get to have with customers and people that we get to see on a daily basis. It's a lot more than pizza. It's those type of relationships that we get to be a part of, and encourage other people, especially the young ones, to be, in a way, be a sort of a role model. For me, when I create a pizza, we always, sometimes, don't get me wrong, we have to crank out 100 pizzas in an hour at a wedding, but we still, in that time, we put a lot of love and care into each pizza, because we know that the purpose of our business is a lot more than just selling a pizza. It's creating that, being able to transmit that love and that joy to somebody else through a food that we love to create, and that happens, for us, that happens to be pizza. When you make something with love, you're just going to put so much more care into it and details and attention to something that you really are proud to serve. And ultimately, we really strive in being very proud of serving a really high quality pizza that will be memorable. And when, I want people to, when they think back, what's the best pizza they've ever had, I want them to right away, without a shadow of a doubt, say, oh, Tricycle Pizza is the best pizza I've ever had.